Anyway, folks, without listening to our waffling anymore, we're going to get right underway with Dust 2. ENCE on this T side, they burst into short. They find that opening pick. Spinx with a big headshot onto Oxygen, and they're going to plow off of this.
Of course, we'll be able to get the follow-up. First kill, SHiPZ there to trade as well as the dycha, but the aggression continues to go from the flashbangs there as dycha shuts down another. SHiPZ 1-1. Snappi onto SHiPZ. It's a back and forth, and for duplicate back sight, he needs to single-handedly hold in this 1 versus 2 for the site. Spots out the first man pushing from Ram, while it's Messi eventually comes out on top. Rainwaker from behind finishes up through, and for SKADE, they look to try and stop ENCE's first full buy up towards mid. SHiPZ is good for the first, traded out by Doto instantly though. Suddenly B is under a lot of pressure. The CT smoke goes down as Spinx shuts down Rainwaker. The B slight swings open like a door in a gale as Oxygen and dennyslaw, the last men left standing, in a 2-on-4, and just like that, unless they find a kill quickly, they're going to have to go and save as ENCE. They seem to have found what's required to put themselves on the board. Question now is, can they convert it? Oxygen not realizing he spotted a player in mid there, but luckily, because he doesn't give his position away, he'll be able to cling to this AUG as SKADE. They go 2-1 up, but for ENCE, they really get a very clean buy round. I take back that part about it being clean, and actually there's still a bit of time to go for it.
Right here, if I was calling this shots, my call right there would have been, right, we need to keep these 4 guys alive. We don't have a lot of money behind us. This is an opportunity for us to build up. And ENCE, they're just going to barrel into this B side, which is completely uncontested. Rainwaker is single-handedly holding the entire right-hand side of the map, and he's able to find Spinx.
Well, that opening's perfect for them. On the flip side, though, Rainwaker, can he find anything more? ENCE, without real control past sight, yeah, they got a single man in towards tunnels. It's definitely not the easiest of holds, to say the least. And allu's instantly caught out, which he almost is. Good for one SHiPZ to trade. Suddenly, this looks pretty good for SKADE. And as the flash goes down, that should spur on the warning for the remaining members of ENCE that actually a push is coming. And as this push comes forward, SHiPZ position towards Xbox, ready for the place to swing into him. But they line up. dennyslaw, though, good for 1. Now this retake, it needs to come quickly if they want a chance. It's Doto sitting above this angle. Snappi, good for 1. Traded by Oxygen. It's all on to Snappi now, holding firm in a 1v3. Good for 1. Swings wide, makes that 2. Looks to make it 3. And because Rainwaker's desperately running away, Snappi, the movement fails him. And he eventually falls to the bomb. Rainwaker looking to hold firm, and as he does just that, let's see who really is the one to worry about. The flash is perfect though. Rainwaker good for 1, traded instantly, and the all-push SHiPZ misses his shot. That's heartbreaking, and of course it's just harrowing the fact that ENCE now cross. They get the site, they look to go for a plant, and once again a 4-man save for SKADE. Definitely not out of the question, and frankly, I wouldn't blame them if they did so.
Time for them to go for this retake anyway. They'll allow SKADE, in fact, they'll allow ENCE onto 4 rounds here. SKADE. Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference. Even though it's only $200, it really does make a big difference. The way that the whole economy works just means you can pull out buys easier and quicker.
Up from short here. Doto, he's already a center sight, and while the flashes do go down, that won't stop a plant. However, Oxygen, bullets will. Doto deletes him on the flank, though, as he plants plants that bomb. What's the response? Well, for Rainwaker, he wants Doto to just rear his head to CT. He hasn't done so, though. Instead, as the smoke goes down center sight, allu can't quite justify a peek yet either, as Doto tries to go for the high ground. It doesn't matter, though. dycha onto dennyslaw from long.
Like it's our jobs.
Look, you called the Mexican flag Italian flag the other day. Don't look at me like that.
All right, fine. I'll let you have that. We're even. Anyway, 5-2 now. ENCE, this is a big round for them to take. Of course, this is their map pick, so you're definitely...
Again, just hold firm, and they wait to see where the push comes from. But looking at their money, Josh, frankly, they don't have much. dycha, and there's the opening. There was dennyslaw falls. Falling to Oxygen. What can he do next? He's not really called to action yet, though, because SHiPZ is the one to carry them through. Quick kill onto allu as the bullet goes straight through his head. And for Spinx, pushing forward towards this position. Can he take long control? Or can he take mid-control, really? Oxygen, the flash is perfect, as he's good for 1. Traded out instant, though, with mid-control falling. Duplicate needs to worry about Spinx before he can even consider a retake towards A. He spots him out early on. There's the kill. Now the 2-on-2 for the site actually becomes very viable for him, as SHiPZ goes towards CT, ready to catch out the player as he crosses. Little does he know the player's already crossed. As Duplicate pushes forward, he should be quickly caught out by dycha as he does this. And Doto, there isn't the first SHiPZ, and Duplicate hit their shots there. By some miracle, Duplicate killed dycha there, considering he was ready for him. For SKADE, that'll be 3, Josh. Despite the fact ENCE have won 5 in a row, SKADE now looks to negate that and slowly find their own momentum as they build a lead of their own.
I'm not sure if they were running to save something there, but they were both... Oh, okay, they wanted to go and retrieve...
Duplicate, little does he know, as the molly goes down, now he's going to be called to action. SHiPZ falls from window, but dycha, he's caught out by Duplicate. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Can he make it 3? He'll be swinging into an AWP if he does so. And, well, We turn our attention towards that plat now. Doto in long shuts down Oxygen. Allu hits his shot to duplicate, but with ships trading, it's a man advantage. dennyslaw ready for Allu towards CT. Flash goes down. dennyslaw, is he able to dodge it? No, he's not. Allu shifting forward, catches him out into the 2v2. And for Allu, he's going to look to continue his rampage now. Scoped in. Ready for the follow-up onto the high ground. Misses the shot. Misses the trade, though. Able to shut down Rainwaker. Ships the trade. Ships on 1 HP in a 1v2. Can he catch him out? Yes, he can. And on 1 HP.
This isn't looking good for ENCE at all. They had a fantastic lead here. They were looking really, really good on their own pick. And now, my goodness, they're not having anything go their way. Denny's right through the smoke there. Now with the shadows, duplicate, he's got such an advantage on that angle. That sun is such a cruel mistress. You can see when your opponents are about to peek into you. But Spinx, the Israeli talent, finds 2 headshots and brings ENCE back into contention for round number 12.
It's their chance to at least recover. But as Oxygen pushes forward on CT, that nade is destined to land right on the plant. Oh, the box just tanks it. And because that ships and his teammate move forward, Spinx hiding back sight. The boost comes up. There's the first man to fall. Allu now on a very big flank all the way up from short. But little does he know the bomb isn't really planted for him. And as the smokes go down around the board, Allu, he's going to have to catch out the first member as he does so. There's the first kill. Everyone turns around now. When as that bomb will just get tapped, it should get stuck. But Allu's good for the second. Now, suddenly, this is looking pretty good for Oxygen. He taps it once. He looks to hold it, but time is really pressuring him down. Allu, he looks to hold, and just like that, Allu, he's won the 1 versus 3. ENCE tied up at 6-6, and all of a sudden, this is really hot for congestion. That bomb goes off. That's interesting.
And he didn't need to either. He's got $2,000 behind him. He could have bought an M4, and he's chosen to buy a Mag 7.
I actually love that, because he's actually got a kill with it as well. On the flank as well, he might even make it 2. And he does. He looks to make it 3. He's able to make it 3 at that. Switches to the AK. Swings wide, shuts down Doto. And there we have it. That's very careful, because ships, AWP in hand, is someone you really don't want to trifle with. And, well, Spinx, he shows what he does. And Rainwaker, while he trades instantly, the loss of Spinx is going to be felt pretty dearly to SKADE. As ENCE get ready for a hit up short. Then he saw the man to trade. The man who also is known for being able to carry this side through. Good for 1. Legs down Doto in the process. He's very lucky he did not die. And into this 3-on-3. Aggression towards the mid. Spots out Snappi. Tries to come out on top. Still can't quite do so. As instead for SKADE, let's see what they do next. Spotted out the player set the site. Allu continuing to try and find kills. Eventually, he shuts down Oxygen. The AUG taken down. We see Allu. He's just going for fight after a fight, but it does not matter. Good for yet another. Snappi falls elsewhere, but for Rainwaker in a 1 versus 3, he's good for the first, but it may only be the first. That bomb is sticking down very damn quickly, and he's going to have to find this kill onto Doto almost instantaneously. Unable to do so. ENCE, they make the half 8-7, but for SKADE, towards mid, he's trying to duel what I believe will be duplicate now for this initial position. And while they spot out one another, duplicate comes out on top. And killing duplicate, go up for long, get the take, see if he can take the site. And for dycha through the smoke, his shots don't bear fruits, but tell you who's does. That's Allu. He shuts down dennyslaw, ready for another great shot from Allu there as it falls into a 2-on-4. Of the remaining members of SKADE, they're actually in a fair bit of trouble now. There's a flank from ships. That does not work. Rainwaker alone in this 1v4. Was he spotted in the smoke? Yes, he was, but he's good for 1, good for 2. Doto to trade. And for
through the smoke, Allu with an off angle of his own, though, waiting for the peak to come through lower tunnels. He's on the angle, finds the shot. He'll fall away and be more than happy.
Well, he ships in mid is that he just needs to try and hold firm. Duplicate, he spotted out. Spinx good for the first. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Beautiful shots by him there. With Sips dying elsewhere, dennyslaw, that kill, sure, it's great, but it doesn't matter at this point. ENCE are about to go 10-8 up, and as they really start to gain this momentum, dennyslaw, he's just doing the damage he can. He's trying to keep their money low. 2 kills is great. 3 would be perfect here as he pushes forward. The ENCE eases his way towards this site, trying to come out on top, as the first man he'll be fighting will be Snappi. The player definitely a trouble to fight, and instead he just shuts him down. Quick.
It would have been heard here by Doto. Allu's here as well to support. As soon as someone swings in here, it's going to be problematic, but with 2 kills coming through, SKADE with the man advantage. Allu able to take 1 back, 4-on-3 right here, but as the nade rains in, it should do a fair amount of damage. Doesn't actually do as much as I expected, but Allu right now stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's eliminated.
He swarmed instantly. Rainwaker good for 1. Make that 2 as well with a kill onto Snappi. Damage that ENCE have been receiving becomes apparent. We look at dycha. He's only got 500 in the bank. We look at Spinx. Yeah, about 5 grand. So kind of split as the averages around the remaining members of ENCE. Nades go down. Mollies land and pepper the site. And with that, it's Doto's forced forward. He's caught out by Rainwaker. There's the man advantage. Is there a trade? So far, No, there isn't. And with allu shifting forward on long, he's desperately looking to catch out the bomb planter, but no one dare peek him. No one dare oblige him by giving him a chance to equalize. And instead, for ENCE, let's see what they can hope to do next. Pushing forward, really trying to hold firm and really looking to hold them at arm's length as dycha pushes forward, ready for the initial attack. A few shots are out either way. allu, there's the opening he's after. Trade goes through. ENCE push forward towards this site. It's a back and forth though, in a 4-on-4, which dennyslaw there will hit the initial kill though, forcing them back once again. Boosted up. dennyslaw doubles down. Can he make it free? No, he can't. Not before he too's traded, but that bomb is sticking very far down. There's a quick kill from Rainwaker, putting it onto dycha in a 1 versus 3. And just like that, duplicate from the positioning towards door. He's ready for the initial fight. He'll push forward, but dycha's ready for the first. Doubles down onto Rainwaker there. That's exactly what they're after. That volley means that no one can really follow suit, but the Glock of dennyslaw, he doesn't even spot out dycha. He can't finish the job, and because of that, we see a very happy dycha because he's able to survive when he really shouldn't have. Spinx in a close angle, though. He's got SHiPZ to worry about, but SHiPZ isn't checking his corners. And for SKADE, what is it about not checking corners, Josh? That's twice. 2 corners they've not checked now, and twice they've been punished for it. dycha, he on the flank finishes the job, and ENCE really clean round as they just stop.
ropz sets up SKADE. They're taking control here of short, and as they burst their way through, they should be able to do some damage. allu on a fast flank. I thought that was going to merit him a kill or two, but dupreeh in top mid, able to eliminate him. Man advantage here for SKADE. And Snappi's able to take one back. SHiPZ instantly trades it, and they've still got this advantage.
Spinx, though, that kill is perfect. Rainwaker to trade again in a 2-on-2. These members of SKADE actually can just dive towards this B site. Doto, while he's on a flank towards mid, that may not matter at this point, unless he spots out the AWP. That he does. Quick kill, puts it all onto Rainwaker. 1 versus 2. That nade, the fumes from it allow him to cross, which means dycha's unable to land that AWP shot, but as Rainwaker goes to that plant, punches in those numbers. With that, he doesn't swing just yet. He doesn't peek from window. The molly, it lands past him, though. He swings wide, caught out by dycha, who was waiting for the aggression. It's a beautiful read by ENCE there, as they make it 13, and they force SKADE to a fairly shaky bye, to say the least.
But with that bomb plant and a little bit of money behind them, SKADE should be able to invest into this next. It's not going to be a point before SKADE can pull out another investment, bearing in mind they've brought down to 0. However, this could be SKADE's ticket back in if they can take it over the top. And what a brilliant opening there from Rainwaker to give them a little advantage to do so.
Well, that advantage is something they're going to be very happy with. SKADE, they've got to be wary because, well, ENCE looking to try and double it down. There's aggression from both AWPers. There's the first kill traded instantly. Let's see if they can trade the second. Snappi good for Rockstrom before the smoke blooms. Over in mid, Spinx ready for SHiPZ, putting it into a 3-on-2. And now for Rainwaker, what can he hope to do next? Pushing forward with the bomb. Little does he know, dennyslaw, AWP in hand, is all the way over towards long, and he's got to try and help, but dycha, eventually he falls to Rainwaker. That's a really strong opening, and as he pushes forward now, Snappi trying to aggress from CT, and he realizes that a player close to him is definitely going to be to his detriment, but does dennyslaw realize the man on the flank? Yes, he does. Turns in the nick of time. Beautiful shot by dennyslaw there, putting it on to Snappi in a 1 versus 2, trying to get up from CT, but as he does so, little does he know, Rainwaker will be there as well. dennyslaw makes a bit of noise, scopes in, finishes the job.
They've got a good chance to do so. This buy from ENCE is far from perfect.
Absolutely right, aggression towards mid. Beautiful shot by dennyslaw there to shut down. So he's almost expecting aggression from long. He doesn't realize that how effective that position was. He eventually kills Doto. The molly kills Snappi, and that execution from SKADE was just flawless. So look at ENCE, both Spinx and allu, they back away. They realize they just have to.
Allowed to save, and dupreeh is on hot pursuit. They are being hunted right now. You can see SKADE. They know that there's no chance for the retake here. allu, big headshot onto SHiPZ. Now his position's known, though, and they're going to start to converge on his angle. dupreeh, I'm surprised he hasn't pressed up yet. I think he's waiting for oxygen to come and support. They're just holding this angle, seeing if anyone swings in. Doesn't look like I think that there's a really good shot of them winning this series if they can top with us too.
Well, Spinx, though, on beat. He wants to try and stop it. Oxygen good for one. Snappi there to trade into a man advantage for ENCE, though, but what you need to bear in mind, Doto, though, that's nuts. Through CT spawn, through the smoke on B, and then into the head of his opponents. But Rainwaker, he too admits looking to ring true, shuts down Snappi. He actually spots out Rainwaker through the back of that. Fully blinded now, he's in a lot of trouble. He spots out the first, then he sort of trade, though. allu to get the next say of the matter into a 1v1. allu, he's got this USP in hand, pushing forward. He hasn't seen anyone just yet. So for dennyslaw, he swings wide. He catches out allu. That's 15 for SKADE.
And make sure you head on over to Paramash to do so. That banner down below, you get that first time deposit bonus. Of course, fast play out here on long. Snappi finds that opening. It's instantly traded though by Rainwaker. Duplicate finding Doto. And here's the man advantage for SKADE. And
to the B site in the form of SHiPZ. All it takes now is for SKADE to just turn around and go back to B. However, SHiPZ, he does catch out Spinx, so he gives the game away. They know full well this will be hits towards B. For allu, does he continue to fight the AWP in pit? Yes, he does. dennyslaw falls into the wounded bear of ENCE. But for duplicate, looking to duel allu towards lower tunnels. Allu shifts forward. Allu's called out. It's all on the Polish superstar. 1 versus 3. Looking to swing wide. Spots out Rainwaker. Rainwaker finishes the job. And just like that, SKADE get ready for this initial attack. Let's see what ENCE are able to do on the flip side. They go for control towards connector. So shifting forward, but elsewhere Snappi. He's fallen to she's able to come out on top as we get ready for a bit of early aggression.
well, a 4-on-4 here as SKADE. They've been able to take the bomb site, and with this C4 going down, they should be able to take the round off of it. Big headshot there from Doto. Man advantage for ENCE, but they have to get this retake done, and, well, there's no kit for them. Snappi, he's fallen, and now they have to get this one done with pace. The headshots, they're tapping away. Spinx gets that first oxygen with a response, though, and as he continues, he's going to drop. It all falls onto SHiPZ here in heaven, but with no kit, he just needed to buy the time there, and unfortunately, that's something he was unable to do. ENCE, they take the pistol, and that's not a bad response.
It's a nice opening for them, something they're going to be pretty happy with. Maybe they lose 1 or 2 members, they just save instantly and treat the next eco like it's just another buy. But man advantage, Snappi being deleted there, actually completely outmaneuvered, gives a really big advantage for the members of SKADE, especially with Spinx falling. Suddenly, ENCE are being dismantled.
And SKADE are actually starting to look like they might be able to turn this one around, bounce out off of losing that pistol, and of course, tie things up 1-1, a 2-man advantage, but make it 1 as Denny drops. Allu, that's a big kill for him to find. However, he's miles away. He's over on long. SKADE, it's looking like they're about to push on to B. They have got dycha and Doto to contest with, an MP9 and an M4. But what is Doto doing? Caught right out in the open with his pants down. dycha's able to trade, but that's onto a low HP SHiPZ. Now he's got 3 other members to contend with and only an MP9 to defend. 1 kill found, instantly traded by duplicate, and the 2 versus 1. Allu's dinked, and there's surely no chance for him.
As he backs away, he might even just consider saving at this point. Only 6 HP left, and as the bomb goes down, it's just another kind of thing that ticks in favor of SKADE here.
Where SKADE were actually able to beat ENCE 16-12 on this very map.
Yeah, and
this A-side execution, especially considering the 2 players that are actually here to defend, one of which has only got a deagle.
Well, that deagle, it works pretty well. They leave the smoke, they shut down duplicate, and for Rainwaker, as he now pushes forward towards short, little does he know, there's no one really to defend. Allu, he dinks down oxygen, dinks in the process though, but still able to get the kill. Over towards toilet, Spinx on the flank finishes the job, and ENCE, they just slaughter SKADE there. SKADE
here today to see who's going to be able to take this win and actually take the lion's share of this $30,000 prize pool. Oxygen, brilliant opening headshot there for SKADE. That's the man advantage for them. But they don't have a lot of utility behind them, so as this C4 goes down...
Standing in this 5-on-4. For duplicate, he's ready for the attack as he sits down towards bank, but as dennyslaw shuts down Snappi, that should really scare ENCE into maybe backing away to save here. I like the fact they are saving, despite having so much money. It means that they really do care about their economy, but actually, well, as they don't back away, they're running out of... They seriously actually just running out of players left to help them save, and for Doto and dycha, they'll sit back down towards ABC. But for duplicate, he looks more than happy to aggress into them. He spots them out.
Players keep the ENCE economy strong. It's not like they're carrying anything into this round they wouldn't have been able to afford anyway. 1-for-1 trade there. Doto, good for 1. Duplicate can find it right back. But dycha, right through the smoke, trades that one right out. Snappi with another onto SHiPZ, and ENCE, even in the buy round, they're looking fantastic right here. Spinx with another headshot. Denny can't do anything about it, and Spinx doubles down. They pull out another buy, but there's not a huge amount behind it. They've got the AKs, they've got the Kevlar, of course. Not a huge amount of utility, though. A couple of smokes, couple of flash.
For Spinx, as he pushes forward towards toilets, let's see what he can able to do. He's got aggression towards duplicate, gets the first, gets the second there with a spray transfer, and suddenly things look that bit better for him. Eventually finished off by Denny, so he's dinked down. Once again, Josh, we see 1 HP left on him. As for ENCE in a 3-on-3, they absolutely have a HP advantage, though, when there's 20 seconds left. Allu misses the initial shot in mid-air. He's forced away. dycha, though, on Optimus is good for the first man, and for the remainder, I think it's safe to say that for SKADE, this is really where they stagnate a little bit.
Well, Spinx, he's done an unbelievable amount of damage this round, but is it going to be enough as we continue to trade evenly into the 2-on-2? It seems like it will be as Doto finishes off the final man. That's going to deny the plant, and allu finishes off Rainwaker. SKADE, really, really strong on their CT side. They're just looking for sort of 5 or 6 rounds here on their attack, and even though they're trailing quite heavily, they're somewhat on track for that, especially with this Mac 10 just blitzing through. That's unreal.
That's an absolute slaughter as well. dycha go for another one short before he too straighted out by dennyslaw, putting it in wake up. Fighting him is going to be quite a hard job, so he just lets his teammate do just that. He goes and hides, and with that, Spinx shuts down Oxygen. There's the opening, but Spinx, as he pushes forward, he's caught out by Rainwaker, ready for allu, and allu, he really likes his KD. Right, 7-1, really strong stuff, and as he backs away, let's see what he does next.
I really don't understand how
Game sense now, but he'll hear them coming, ready for them now. He aggresses up from long, fully blind. allu gives his position away on Dycha. He's caught out instantly, as is Spinx there, and suddenly SKADE. They're really getting the ball rolling now. Snappi with a bit of an off angle. Good for the first man. No, he doesn't even get the first man. That's so messy. Oxygen.
Yeah. And Denny knows that if he pokes his head up, he's dead to rights. He's calling for the reinforcements right now. Snappi's going to join the party. He, with the full HP, could do a hell of a lot of damage. But regardless of what happens here, regardless of who wins these duels, SKADE, they're still going to win the round, and that's all they're looking for right now. SHiPZ on the flank. Oh, my goodness. Why has he fired off the shot there? That's a major blunder. Either way, despite the fact that
SKADE can get too ambitious with his attack towards him, he waits to see what's the members of ENCE hope to do next. Oh, that nade stack.
Yeah, that's huge. That's actually brilliant there. Taking out Rainwaker early. SHiPZ dropping as well. Brilliant headshot there from Spinx. And as duplicate, oh, he gets think through that wood. Doesn't seem to do too much damage. This is still a solid round from ENCE. In fact, a really, really strong hold. Oxygen able to deploy that molly. Not expecting allu on the flank, though, who eliminates him.
Josh?
I don't think they're going to let us. I don't think we're good enough. But I would love to go and cast a major.
Maybe one day if we're good enough. If we practice a lot.
This is a turning point for SKADE. They pull out these rifles. Again, they haven't got a huge amount of utility. It's not the best of buys. If they can win this round, however, they've got a chance of making this 10-5, maybe 9-6. They've got a good shot at this. If they lose this round, I think they're in trouble because they're not going to have any money in the next. We could easily see ENCE take this 11-4. And this could be SKADE's third map loss on Overpass. This is actually looking pretty weak for them. I'm not massively impressed with what we've seen so far.
It's the CT side, Josh, I'm telling you. And as we see aggression from Oxygen, good for one. Tags down Snappi, able to double down onto Snappi there, forces it into a 2-on-3. The Spinx and allu, both members look to hold allu, good for one, pushing forward. Brings it out by Rainwaker, who he was wary of one earlier, but he hasn't seen it. Instead, allu, he's going to be caught out by Oxygen. Rainwaker catches out Spinx.
Outside B, if they can take this 6th round, I really, really do fancy their chances. And as Oxygen's on the entry, damage dealt onto Doto, but with dycha swinging in, he's able to find 1-2.
It's a nice back and forth though. What's more important is they have the bomb. In rotation, SHiPZ shuts down allu into a 3-on-3, and while dycha doesn't have the bomb, he'll spam that smoke to make sure that no one can even consider it. Rainwaker, he tags down Snappi as well, who is going to consider backing away now, as dennyslaw misses a shot uncharacteristic for him. He's able to recover it though. Nice little shot for dycha. Flash doesn't hit him though. Instead, as the molly goes down, he catches out dennyslaw as he tries to run away, continuing to spam. Pushing forward, smoke goes down center side, and instead, as Rainwaker pushes forward, he needs to be careful of shorts, as he is good for one. Traded out by SHiPZ into the 1v1 with Spinx. The nade's perfect though, as the Spinx. That'll shut down.
And they should be able to close this gap.
Oxygen ready for the initial point of contact. The molly forces him out though. Fully blind. He's actually forced away. He'll look to hide. dycha and Rainwaker exchange blows with Doto coming out on top. Rainwaker, Spinx, and Oxygen, followed by Spinx again. All of which in this back and forth. Meaning for dennyslaw in this 1 versus 2, he needs to go huge. Shifting forward, he's good for the first. Ready for the second. Spinx, will he duel him? Spinx does. Spinx comes out on Snappi. Mac 10 in hand. Not quite dinged down straight away though, but as he pushes forward, there's Oxygen to shut him down. There's the opening. Oxygen with 2. That's definitely a way to get things underway. And while he can't quite make it 3, he rings out a quick shot on towards, I believe that's dycha towards Party. That does keep him at bay. As allu moves forward towards long, what can he have to do now? Well, moving into duplicate, he too hits his 1 and now all of a sudden, ENCE, they're actually being dismantled right now, Josh.
Just by this pistol buy here of SKADE as well, this is absolutely crazy. And well, Oxygen, it feels like he's still the only man that's really doing anything. It's definitely worrying as he eventually drops a 3 versus 2. This C4, it will go down. Denny's found himself an AK though. Duplicate, He's got a Galil to work with too, and Denny, oh, he's got the timing. It's absolutely perfect. He eliminates Doto. dycha now in a 1 versus 3, and I just don't see this happening.
No, I mean, neither. As he pushes around from the other side of the corner, Duplicate spots him out, finishes the job. For SKADE, that'll be 6. 6 rounds in it. Come back, it's doable. But frankly, I don't really see it happening. I'm really favouring ENCE right now. And even though I did say SKADE 2-0 at the start, I don't want to change that prediction, but I don't think he made any noise, so Spinx is just going to have to clear the angle out of discipline, if anything. But there's the aggression. Rainwaker shut down by Spinx. A beautiful read by Spinx, if that was intentional there. But dennyslaw reigning supreme. He's already found 2 quick kills. He's ready to make it 3 now with a further aggression as Spinx pushes his way forward. SHiPZ is good for Snappi. Aggression from Spinx, still unpunished. Eventually he's good for 1. Tries to double down, can't quite do so as the bomb falls into no man's land, leaving Doto in a 1 again for these members. The innate stack lands right onto short, but that'll just spur on the attack. Here comes that push. Duplicate ready for the first. Traded out by Spinx though, and Snappi onto oxygen gives the man advantage. Things looking scary for SHiPZ. He's looking to make sure it's well recovered. Dinks down, takes a lot of damage. Snappi to trade. Doto onto dennyslaw, makes it look like actually this is looking awful for SKADE. This is a worse.
Absolute masterclass to get there, and an interesting boost as well to get allu up into heaven and ensure that he can grab that M4.
Yeah, with that retrieved M4.
With a double AWP set up here between SHiPZ and Denny. allu's able to take out the first. Denny getting a little bit audacious there, trying to go for that opening pick in short. However, he's got support there from Duplicate, who should be able to retrieve the secondary sniper. He's going to fall away. He only had a deagle, so he's not going to lose anything. But as SHiPZ falls, ENCE, this is much better from them. This is to take 14 as well, to reset SKADE and potentially put them onto map point on their opponent's pick. A great flashbang, but oxygen still can't win the duel off of it. Doto takes him. And ENCE with a 3-man advantage. Surely close this.
That was awful by ENCE towards B there, frankly. Oh, sorry, by SKADE towards B there, frankly. Taking duels like that without util, knowing that you've got... I don't know, Josh. That was really quite bad by them. And it's even messy, the kill towards the remainder. Sure, Duplicate, he hits a nice shot to allu. Yeah, silver linings and all that. For Spinx, what can he hope to do now for Duplicate? This, yeah, he shuts down dycha. He's getting a bit of damage done.
You know, it's never really something I put too much thought into until Twitch chat recently have kind of highlighted it. SKADE really do like to just lose a map every series, don't they? It seems, considering they're forced into it. Spinx, oh, the timing, that is very unfortunate. Pulls out the molly.
Angle though towards dycha, and as they push forward, they're not going to be able to see him. However, his teammate towards Optimus brings out a few shots wherever possible. There's the aggression. Denny, good for 1. allu to trade onto SHiPZ. Sure, it helps, but as the nades continue to go down onto their position, it's further damage, but there's no kill. Denny onto Snappi, though, good for another. allu and Doto bring out, and true and kind, though, into now a 2-on-2. The AWP Valley rings through onto Duplicate. Aggression from Rainwaker. Good for the first. Low HP. Tries to catch down allu. So low on HP. Switches to USB. Spinx. Catches out allu, though. Wins the 1 versus 2 on just 2 HP. And for SKADE, that'll be 9.
What a clutch there from Rainwaker. We talked about the importance of this round from SKADE. And given the fact that they're...
He gets ready to push towards long. Rainwaker, as he falls away, he's going to realize that actually this is a full hit towards this site. Then he's all good for the first, though, as allu falls. dycha, he's going to have to aggress to try and trade. There's Rainwaker's fall in towards toilets. Really uncomfortable position to die in. Well, it's an absolute slaughter on the A site. Duplicate and oxygen, the last 2 members left standing in a 2-on-3. There's the first kill, though. Low HP on the remainder means that Spinx needs to be very damn careful. However, the MP9 of Duplicate, it reigns supreme. Spinx, with just a measly amount of HP, is caught out by oxygen. For SKADE, they make, as I say that, SKADE have also realized that they don't fight for long. And this time we see aggression from dennyslaw. He spots out the first man. He catches out Snappi. There's the first trade there by dycha, but dennyslaw's able to return in kind. allu, though, he's got the advantage, though. Scoped in. dennyslaw, what a shot by him there as allu's taken down. And now for Spinx and Doto, the last 2 members standing. dennyslaw makes it another. On for the ace now. And for Doto, he's got no choice but to peek into him. He spots out one another. He realizes that his days are very much numbered. He tries to tap down the remaining member, but unfortunately for him, as the nades land above him, dennyslaw, he's there. He is a reaper of death
in that duel, and he's able to capitalize upon it and hit that shot before we can even register that allu can respond. Of course, this AWP firing off against the pistols. Denny's only good for 1, though, before allu and Snappi can give them the man advantage. Blitz onto this site. This double AWP setup, oh my goodness, it seems to be causing a lot of problems for SKADE.
And that is the problem with Orcs. Unfortunately, they are very, very bad when it comes to reacting quickly. And as Duplicate shuts down Snappi, we see Duplicate also rotate towards Bank. He's got another Orc to worry about in the form of allu, who misses his shot, though he's at risk of being spammed down. But he's good for a Duplicate anyway. It's on to what...
Eco rounds today actually prevail. It's almost a shame to see, but when the Tech 9s, the Deagles, they go quick, it really, really catches your opponent off guard. Oxygen, he knows there's no time for this. He hasn't actually got a kit, so there's 100% no opportunity for him. He's looking to try and save.
For ENCE to mount this comeback, if it was maybe 13 to 12, if they maybe had it start on 13 rather than 14 for the start of this comeback, there's definitely an opening. But with dennyslaw falling, I think that should pretty mumuch confirm it. Rainwaker pushes forward. He too falls to dycha. And as we see these remaining members push forward, let's see what SKADE can hope to do now with this initial attack. And, well, for the push forward, Oxygen ready for Doto, but Doto, he looks more than primed to catch out the initial member. He's not quite able to double down, but the damage has been done. Ships in what will now be a 1v4, catches out dycha, half HP. Josh, we're going to see ENCE make it 16 and force us to our third and final map.
Well, Ships, I don't think he's going to be too confident in his ability here, but there we go. Swings out. Allu's able. They're playing retake. They fall away from this. They're going to allow this plant to go down.
So push forward towards CT. Doto, the first man to try and take this duel. It's Doto to come out on top. Good for the first. Deeply falls back in CT. Allows dycha to be able to follow through with Doto, making it 2. Looking to make it 3 with a beautiful shot. Forcing it down to Ships, who just falls to dycha. Just instead as ENCE call for the rotation. Actually, they fake towards A, and it works beautifully. Look at this from SKADE. Oxygen, it's a nice shot onto Spinx as well. And as they back away, ENCE, they just hit the site. Now it'll be a plant. And while Ships shuts down Doto, 2 weapons will be retrieved. But for ENCE, as a plant goes down, let's see what the follow-through is.
Well, we're going to see the retake come in. 2-man advantage here for SKADE, but they don't have any utility whatsoever. Brilliant kill there from Snappi. The nade's going to follow up. That should finish off Denny. In fact, it lands just in front of the counter. All of that damage sponged by it, and Snappi now left in the 1 versus 3. A single point of health to his name, and SKADE, they're able to turn it right around, tie up this scoreline 1-1, and what a recovery.
An incredible round by SKADE there, and I'll tell you what, those 1Ds, they looked pretty damn tasty, especially from Oxygen, who gets 3 kills without taking a point of damage. Here's the thing as well, while Spinx
bomb plant, well, somehow losing that second round. We see the deagles come out. We saw dycha with that rifle instantly taken out, but Spinx can trade it. Snappi able to snatch away that AK as well, looking to double down, does so beautifully. Ships drops, Duplicate finding a refrag in the meantime.
And how's ENCE to get this site? Hold firm. Doto punches in those numbers. As the plant goes down, SKADE now in a retake. They've got players all around the ENCE position, apart from where ENCE actually are, which is towards ramp and connector, meaning the flank won't be that strong from dennyslaw, but at least it will have the element of surprise on Snappi. He brings out a few shots from ramp and does reload. He's actually caught in reload. There's Duplicate or dennyslaw showing his positioning. For Spinx over in con, gets Doto to hit the first player. Is there a trade for dennyslaw? Well, he's able to do just that. Over in con, though, Spinx good for another beautiful shot for him there. dennyslaw will pressure him down, but Spinx hits a wonderful shot. So SKADE, they're actually on a bit of a loss streak when it comes to Mirage, and for ENCE, because they've only played it twice, we've got nothing to really base it off. dennyslaw, though, that's an opening.
To topple them. That's got to be a daunting prospect, as this is such an important map for them to pick up. Spinx finding that opener. Denny, nice response there. dycha drops, but Snappi's able to trade for both. Rainwaker with a big kill, but Denny getting tagged out so low on health.
And he is Spinx. He's going to punch in those numbers. And as he goes to this plant, the aggression comes through from dennyslaw, who cancels out the plant with a shot to Spinx there. He tries to double down, does just that. And for dennyslaw, well, at least you know why.
When Davis wrapping round to short, I thought there's no way he's got time for this. But he actually gets it just in the nick of time to deny that plant. And as soon as he does, then they have a major advantage from ramp. He's going to be smoked off the angle. Duplicate aggressing. And he'll be able to find this opening kill. Freebie onto dycha there. That's going to drop the bomb out in the open. Doto simply polarize the economy because their teammates, they're not going to have money to buy alongside them in the next. So we're going to see 2 rifles with no extra money behind them. 3 players that ordinarily were going to be limited amounts of smokes. Heavily reliant on the firepower and a couple of flashbangs coming in from Doto over mid right now. And as allu finds that opening pick, that's a big whiff from Duplicate. dycha's able to capitalize off of it. Spinx with a big headshot, and with a 3-man advantage, SKADE surely save here.
This is frightening for the remaining members of SKADE, who desperately have to just back away and cling to it.
Money left behind them after this round. The fact that they've taken it in a flawless fashion is pretty impressive. They don't have to reinvest anything going into the next. They're going to be able to click that banner down below to check out them and get that first time deposit bonus. Brilliant aggression there from dupreeh. Actually merits him 2 kills. He's done his job and he's exceeded expectations.
Because he's unable to get, because he's unable to get the third, ENCE are going to commit to the full hit towards this A site. I think if he makes it 3, then they just don't even consider going for the position. However, because he's done just that, let's see what the response is. Well, Rainwaker good for Spinx. There's auction for the remainder. It's all onto allu, 1 versus 4. Good for 1 over in ramp, but he's going to have to run. But as he does so, he'll be walking to the awaiting and loving arms of SHiPZ. He'll send him straight to the grave. And with that early death, we see SKADE now. They look at now positions towards ramp. Flash goes forward. Next man to worry about will be Spinx. And, well, as SHiPZ shuts down dycha, there's an opening. Mollies go down to keep him at arm's length, though. And for the remaining members of SKADE, what can they do next? As ENCE pushed in, allu finishes the job on the first member, traded by Rainwaker, good for another. Snappi to get the say in the matter, but duplicate swarmed, he's good for 1 more. Spinx to trade once again. It's a missed shot by SHiPZ there, and because of that, we're going to see a very quick bomb plant auction. He makes a lot of noise as he rotates in CT. This will be heard instantly. They plant reverse default, but auction, does he peek into it? Yes, he does. He finishes the job on Spinx. Now it's all onto allu in a 1 versus 2, and as SHiPZ gets ready to peek towards him, allu no, he doesn't come out on top. Beautiful
shot. We see SKADE, they make it 7-4. ENCE with that bomb plant, they will have a little bit of extra money. I do think we'll see them go into another buy.
As the flash goes out, here comes the push. dupreeh, he's ready for them to swing into him, but as they peek early from Palace, there's a player on Tetris. Well, it's messy, it doesn't matter. dupreeh finishes the job into a 3-on-5 now. dennyslaw, low HP, but he still survives as allu, he tries to swing out from Palace. It's a bit of a late swing, but it is good for 1. SHiPZ trades, and for Snappi and Spinx now in a 2 versus 4. What on earth can they do from here? Well, Snappi, he'll open it up with a quick kill, as will Spinx. 2-on-2. We have Oxygen over on short, AUG in hand to make sure that no one's able to get too aggressive towards jungle. There's Oxygen, the timing does not favor him. Beautiful shot by Spinx there, leaving it all onto Rainwaker. As he pushes forward, the second he hears that bomb plant, he just spots out Spinx, tags him down, finishes the job. 1v1 with Snappi now, pushing around the corner. Can Rainwaker catch him out? Oh, well, it's definitely messy. He swings wide, not able to do so, and for ENCE, that's a good molly towards Con to keep him back. SHiPZ, he gets ready to push forward himself. Doto, bit of damage done to him as SHiPZ is able to trade. There's the opening that they're up.
I don't think he's going to spot anything out here. SKADE, they're just holding their lines, holding their crossfires, and they should be able to take this over the top as denny hits another.
Aggression comes through once again. There's Denny's all good for another. Scoped in, flicks up with a beautiful shot onto allu there. And for Spinx in a 1 versus 5. He's good for 1, good for 2. Pushes forward now, ready to kind of duel this third player of SHiPZ. Spots him out in the process. Flash goes wide. However, SHiPZ is able to come out on top. For SKADE, that'll be
every man, helmet, Kevlar, utility. It's all there, and oh my goodness, allu, he's actually just shot Spinx in the back, done a fair amount of damage to him, but
said, or stairs player, sorry, but none fight him. Snappi pushes in those numbers, the molly doesn't land on him as Spinx pushing forward, caught out by 1 Oxygen for another, into now a 4-on-3. As further aggression comes forward, Oxygen, he's absolutely baiting the remaining member in contact, trying to peek into him as the nades land around them. That smoke, that is a perfect smoke now. Suddenly ENCE are in a lot of trouble as they fully rely on Doto center sight, and as he's falling to duplicates, it's now into just a 2-on-3. The nades go down, that bomb's tapped once through the smoke. dycha's good for the first. However, does he nerf it's the second? SHiPZ, he taps it once again through the smoke. dycha's good for another. Does he realize he's got the bomb diffuser? Well, realizes he doesn't, and just like that, ENCE, they make it 6 as they recover pretty.
Probably see the scoreline tie up.
We've got Oxygen ready to be flashed through the smoke as well. They realize there are a bunch of people nearby. Through the smoke, Doto to full. Jungle control established. The plant goes down. Snappi coming out from CT, though. Dink down in the process. SHiPZ able to kill him. It's down now to just Spinx and allu, the last men left standing as the Spinx. Low HP shuts down SHiPZ before he can do so. With allu flanking as well. I think he may have made a bit of noise as he did so there. So SKADE, I suspect they think he's coming from this Palace position. And if we look at Rainwaker, he's actually acutely aware of the push to come his way. Rainwaker, beautiful shot onto allu. Duplicate finishes off Spinx. Just like that, SKADE Doto. But the second he jumps up, he'll be spotted out by dennyslaw. And when he goes for timing, it's a beautiful shot from dennyslaw there. All it takes is a nade to finish the job. And well, they try to wall bang him. Can't quite kill him just yet, though. Instead, as aggression goes through, the molly should force him out of position. dycha on stairs, able to shut down duplicate, desperately trying to hide, but dennyslaw finishes the job for Spinx, able to chime in as well, going into now a 2-on-4. When players caught out in the smoke, very careful as Doto, by some miracle, survives. Eventually finished off by Rainwaker. Ships onto Spinx as well means that for the remaining members of ENCE, they need to be pretty careful now as aggression continues to go through. There's ships shut down by the first, caught up by Rainwaker into the 1v1 now. There's 19-8 right now, an extremely strong performance by him. He touched that bomb plant, and as allu pushes forward, what on earth? Tries to hard clear firebox. He'll move across the default. He'll make a bit of noise. Rainwaker, the timing swings wide, finishes the job. And for SKADE, that'll be 13. Holds firm, fully blinded, though he has to fall away to jail. And I don't know if he was spotted as he does this. Instead, as the mollies go down, there's Spinx, good for the first member. He tries to hide, but there's a trade by Oxygen there. Snappi, that's a whiff and a half. And as the molly continues to force the enemy forward, Rainwaker for Spinx. It's a follow-up as well. And these lone members towards single pillar. This is where things get even scarier. Oxygen, he goes to the plant, brave of him to stick it, but Rainwaker instantly there to trade into the... That's for ships. He knows that allu's going to be watching this flank. He looks to punish it. He spots him out. There's the kill. It's all onto Doto. 1 versus 3. Catches out the first over towards Van. Jumps up, spotted in the process. Tries to hide. dennyslaw finishes the job. But SKADE, not only is that paid, they get ready to hit this site. Oxygen to leave this charge. Spots out the initial member. Doto able to shut him down, but Rainwaker comes out on top. There's every member of ENCE now ready to defend, but they might not even be called to action. As the bomb goes down, it's instantly into the 4-on-4 retake. And with SKADE holding this site, nades continue to pepper these positions. allu falls to half HP off a beautiful nade towards stairs, keeping him at arm's length, keeping him in danger's way. And for ships, while he's ready for the players to peek into him, he's good for 1, good for 2. Can't quite make it 3, though, as Spinx finishes the job. It's duplicate onto allu, leaving Spinx in a 1 versus 3. He's caught out by Rainwaker just like that.